Hello, everyone. Welcome back. How was your Mother's Day? Anything new and exciting happen? I got a really sweet gift, two in fact. One of my children write music, and so my three kids together collaborated and wrote me a song. It was so beautiful, made me cry, and then my husband got me a bracelet, which I showed to you, but I left it on the bathroom counter, I think, when I was giving the boys a bath tonight. So it is just a blue bracelet with 3 beads on it, and it's called My Three Sons. So there's a big bead for my oldest, a medium-sized bead, and a small bead to represent each of my three boys. And then the kids got a bracelet to match mine with their size bead on it. So they only have one bead, I have all 3. And they each have their own size bead on it. So the oldest has a big bead, and then the medium size, and then a small bead for the youngest. So they've got bracelets to match mine, and it's called My Three Sons. I thought that was so sweet. It's just a blue bracelet with blue beads on it, and I thought that was just so sweet and so thoughtful and just like outside of the box thinking, So I really enjoyed that. Everyone in my house is asleep right now. We are up, well, I'm up, I should say. Everyone else is asleep. We don't have any AC. Our AC kicked the bucket, and it's 80 something degrees right now in our house, like 85-ish in our house. About the same temperature as outside. So we've got windows open, we've got fans going. I had 2 fans. My mama loaned me 2 more, and we are trying to get cooled down. My kids have cold rags on them, and we're just trying to get this place cooled down. So I'm not HVAC tech at all, but what I'm understanding is the evaporative cooler got smothered, and so then it's created ice. So he opened it up today, and there was all this ice all over it. So we've been hot for 2 days, wondering what's going on and waiting for the tech to come out. And then now we are going to be hot one more night because it has to defrost itself, and I guess it can't use a hair dryer or anything like that. You have to let it just naturally defrost itself by turning the AC off, because we had AC, and then it would like stop, and then it would start again, but we were like roasting for 2 nights because it wasn't keeping up and it wasn't staying on for long. Then it was on, but nothing was coming through the vents, and so just a second. My throat is feeling dry. So the guy came out today. Nice big old hefty bill. I tell you, whew, they make, if you own the company, you make good money. Let me just say that. Holy moly, that was expensive. So we have to wait until about like 11, 12 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and then we can try to run the AC, because it is, has to defrost. So we have one more night with no AC while it defrosts, and then hopefully we can turn it back on, and hopefully it won't get smothered again. There were 2 reasons why it was smothered, and it's big, long, complicated. I'm not going to go into all that, but 2 to 3 things. Well, there's 3 things. One of them, the outside AC unit was very, very dirty. I'm not surprised. We live in tornado, windy. I mean, where I live is just wind, and we live in the desert where it's dirt and mud. Okay, so I'm not surprised it was caked and dirty. So it needed its yearly cleaning on the outside and inside, check the evaporative cooler and all that. So we paid for that. And then you got your trip charge, and then we got the diagnostic for why there's ice everywhere. And so there's 3 possible reasons that choked it out, and we fixed 2. Well, we fixed all 3, but So technically there's 4 reasons that it could be doing what it's doing, and we fixed 3, and so then we have to see if it's the 4th reason. If it's the 4th reason, they get to come back out, and yeah, let's just say I don't want that bill, okay? I don't want the bill for a whole new house system. Yeah, that's like thousands upon thousands of dollars that I don't have. So we're praying for a short fix for now to get us through this summer. Because essentially what's happening is the evaporative cooler is too small for the size house that we have. They put in the cheapest, smallest thing that they could get by with, and it's not keeping up. And so it's freezing and making a water mess, and yeah. So all that to say, we're roasting tonight. But I wanted to talk to you today about running errands. So what it's like to run errands with chronic illness. It's not easy. I'm just going to put it out there. It's a chore in and of itself. Then you have recovery, and then you have the day after recovery, sometimes a week after recovery. Just depends on how nasty your body wants to play. And so I have had to run a few errands this week. And so one of them was I got a haircut, which I've been wanting for a couple of years now and haven't been able to do it. So I finally got that done. I feel so much better with a haircut. I feel better about myself. I feel like I'm going to be able to manage it better. It won't be so exhausting to do my hair. The last time I got a haircut, last time I cut it was about 1.5 years ago, maybe 2 years. I did it myself in the bathroom. And it was uneven and this and that. And it has grown since then. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to bite the bullet and I'm going to go get a haircut. But doing that is a chore because with chronic illness, you're like a ticking clock and every minute counts. And so I went in and I wanted this one specific lady who cuts my kids' hair because she's so good. And she's been doing it for a long time, but she was busy. So I was like, I'm don't know when I'll get the chance to come back because of my body and my chronic illness. So I was like, I'll just take the lady that's available. And I did. She was so kind and so sweet and so nice. But she was like 21 years old and straight out the gate. And she did an amazing job for being straight out the gate. But she's methodical and slow and takes her time and makes sure that she's doing it accurately and correct. And asking me every step of the way, should we go a little shorter? Is this enough? Is this enough? When you have chronic illness, it's like you need the person who's seasoned and can just get it done and get you out of the chair. And she didn't know I have a chronic illness. I mean, I do use a cane, but we didn't talk about my chronic illness. I know she saw my cane, but it's so hard because you're sitting in there and you're like, feeling overstimulated from the music and the noise and the smells of a salon and the sounds of lots of people, and you're in a chair a little up high, which I like to be down low. My body likes to be down low. And so it's just like, I don't say anything to anybody, but I'm in the chair and I'm just like talking myself. A lot of self-talk is happening. It's like, come on, come on, come on. Let's go, I want to get out of here. Because you don't know, am I going to pass out? Am I going to get too dizzy? Am I going to get too hot? What kind of scene am I going to make in the salon, right? But I'm very happy I did it. I'm very proud of myself for doing it. For those of you who are new to the channel, I have severe chronic illnesses. But what comes with that is anxiety, severe anxiety. It's just something it's one of the side effects of my chronic illnesses. And so, several of my chronic illnesses actually. But, so that plays a part, but also you feel lightheaded, you feel dizzy, you're you're not getting enough blood flow because you're sitting too long and you can't move your legs because you got to be still if you're getting a haircut. So you can't, like, like bend your feet up and down, do like this with your feet and get blood flow going. And it's just a whole big ordeal just to get a haircut. But I'm proud and I'm glad I did it. It looks really good. And the second thing I did this week is I had to get glasses. And I'm a little disappointed in that because I love my glasses, which I could just put the lenses right into these glasses. But I figured, if I'm going to go through the whole process of getting an eye exam and being proud of the accomplishment of being able to do that, because I've needed it for a couple of years now, but I wasn't able to. If I'm going to go through all that, I'm going to get something new and pretty. And I mean, these I love, and they're beautiful, and they're great frames still. But I'm going to go for something new and exciting, kind of jazz it up. And so that was hard because I went to just, nothing fancy. I didn't have a lot of money for anything fancy. And so they did a lot of flashy lights, which my body does not do good with. I have had seizures in the past. And so there's a lot of bright light, and they hold it there for a very long time, and there's a lot of flashy lights, and there's a lot of blinking lights, and then blink your eyes, and then lights on, lights off, and then my body was angry, like, are we done yet? Because I don't think I'm going to last. But I did really well. It was hard, and I paid for it, I'm going to be honest. But I was then able to pick out my frames. I'm a little concerned because they're saying now, due to my age, I can't get single vision lenses. I have to get a bifocal or transition. And I've heard transition are a no-go, especially for people like us who have brain issues with POTS and stuff, and having trouble with balance and walking and regulating, our brain to tell our hand to do this and our body to do X, Y, and Z. I've heard that transition lenses are not good because you have to kind of look down and then let your eyes adjust and focus, and then look back up and readjust and focus, and it's too much. Our brain is like, whoa, and then we get more dizzy and more overloaded. So I was told no on transition lenses. So I am being told I have to get the bifocal, or I could have gotten, there was a workaround. I could have gotten single vision lenses, but I would have needed a pair to read and a pair for distance. So I'd be like, taking these off, putting another pair on, taking these off, putting on. I don't know, I got time for that. I got stuff to do. And what if I leave a pair at home? Then I can't read the back of the thing at the grocery store to look for my allergies. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. So we're going to try bifocals. I had bifocals in high school, but that was long before I was sick. And I never was faithful in wearing my glasses, just being honest. So I don't know how well I'll do with bifocals. So fingers crossed, big prayers for me that I do really well with bifocals. And that they don't mess up my balance any more than it already is, because that's something I cannot have. And so I would covet your prayers for that. But I wanted to just say, if you struggle running errands like I do, but you did it this week and you made it through, I'm really, really proud of you. Because running errands can be very, very hard. It can be very difficult, and there can be a lot of repercussions from our body in running errands. And so we have to everything has to be so methodical and planned out. And do I have enough snacks? Do I have enough liquids? Can I get up in the middle of a haircut and go home and lie down and come back and finish if I have to? I mean, there's so many logistical things, and it's just like, I just want to be normal and just be like, going out, I'll be back, I'm going out, don't know when, but I'll be back. And it doesn't work that way for a lot of people with chronic illness. So if you ran errands this week and you did it and you made it through, I'm super proud of you, because I can tell you, I know how hard it is. I'm not going to say I know what you go through, but I know how hard it is to run errands with a chronic illness. So I'm really, really proud of you this week. I'm proud of myself too. Those were two big accomplishments that I was really wanting to get done and haven't been able to for a very long time. So I'm really proud and excited for my new glasses. I'm happy with my hair. I got my bangs back because I had let them grow out a long while ago. I'd never been without bangs for like probably 15 plus years. And so I was like, I'm going to grow them out and see what I look like. And I was okay with it, but I really just enjoy my bangs. And so my kids were funny. They noticed straight away. They're like, did you cut your hair? And I think if I hadn't gotten bangs, they wouldn't have noticed. But because I got bangs, they're like, did you cut your hair? And I was like, yeah. And I said, how did you notice? And they said, because the front looks all like it did when you were dating Dad. I was in the pictures of when you and Daddy were dating. And I was like, yeah, I got some bangs. And I've had bangs most of their whole life. I only grew them out about two and a half years ago. I started the journey of growing them out. But I think it's been long enough that they haven't seen me with bangs. And they're like, hey, what's that in the front of your forehead kind of thing. So they noticed straight away. They're like, you look like you did in the pictures of when you were dating Daddy. I was like, yeah, I had bangs back then. They're called bangs. And so, but I'm proud of myself, and I hope that whatever accomplishment, whether it was even just doing dishes, but if you got to run errands this week and you made it, I'm proud of you. Very proud of you, because I know how hard it is. I will see you guys next time in the next video. I'm going to try to get some sleep and try to get cooled off. I gotta get this light off because I had my fan on, my ceiling fan on, but I cannot do a light and a fan at the same time. It'll mess me up for days. Oh my word, it's bad. So I had to shut the fan off for a moment to do this video. So I'm gonna get the fan back on, get the light off, and try to get cooled down. Try to get a little sleep before I have to get up super early for the kids. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your week. I hope you had a good Mother's Day. If you are celebrating Mother's Day. I know this can be a hard season for some. It's not always a happy Mother's Day for everybody, and I get that. For those of you that struggle, my heart goes out to you. I pray blessings upon you. If nobody wished you a happy Mother's Day, I pray many, many blessings upon you this year. If you're a single mom, or you lost your mom, or you don't have family to wish you a happy Mother's Day, I'm doing it in place of all of them. Hope it was a wonderful day for you, and I wish you a wonderful year to come with many more blessings with your children. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.